Hey y'all, what's up? So I'm bringing you guys another video. This one I feel compelled to make. This one I feel compelled to share. This is a video about parenting. I've been wanting to make it for a while, but I didn't have the strength to do it. I didn't have the strength to put it out. Like, I wanted to make it, but I didn't have the strength to put it out. You know. I guess I wasn't strong enough at the time to do it. But now I feel like, this is something that a lot of us parents are going through, whether we're single parents or whether we're parenting or co-parenting, whether we're married or whatever the case may be. I feel like a lot of us are dealing with this. A lot of us don't know what to do. And, we need help and we need support. Parenting is a challenging job if you make it. Parenting can be very fun and easy if you make it. However, this video is about parenting out of guilt, or making decisions based on guilt. Maybe you're lacking something. Something's missing. Someone's missing. And so now we have to decide what to do. Now we make our daily decisions based on what's lacking, what we're missing, who's missing. Things of that nature. Through doing research, I've come to determine that there are multiple parenting styles, but these three parenting styles pretty much nailed it for me. There is permissive, authoritarian, and authoritative parenting styles. So permissive parenting is basically, that's like the fun home, right? So, you have homes where, anything goes. The kids do whatever they want. They get away with whatever they want. There's no boundaries. The parents don't, not to say that the parents don't care, but however, the parents they have a very lackadaisical way of, I guess, doing things in their home. They're the cool parent. This is the cool home. This is the home where all the kids want to be. This is like a no judgment home zone, a no judgment zone home. This is where the kids want to be, So you have kids, you have these kids, they live in this house, and then you have their friends who come over. Meanwhile, the friends, they love going to your house because they can do whatever they want. They can get away with whatever they want. And it doesn't matter, it's okay. It's fine, They love it. They wish they had parents like that, They wish they had parents like that. Meanwhile, the kids who live in the house wish they had parents like their friends' parents, meaning they wish they had parents who set boundaries. They wish they had parents who cared. They wish they had parents who, not to say that the parents don't care, however, they wish that they had rules. They wish that they had more structure. Some of these kids feel like sometimes that they're not cared for. Meanwhile, their friends come from homes where they might have their parents might have a parenting style that is authoritarian, which is the second parenting style. So this authoritarian parenting style is basically, it's like a boot camp. Like, the kids live in a boot camp, or like the parents will set boundaries and, have so much structure that the kids are going to they're going to want to hate to come home. They're going to want to be the ones that rebel because they live in an environment where they feel like they can't be free to be themselves. Their parents are just like, you can't do this and you can't do that. And you can't do anything because I said so. And, and, if you don't follow my rules, then, you know the rest. Like, that's that parenting style. That's that authoritarian parenting style. It's like boot camp, strict military, no freedom. Well, you have freedom, but you have just enough freedom, you know. And then the kids wound up rebelling. They wound up going down this crazy path because they felt like they were smothered. They felt like they weren't given enough, you know, space. The leash didn't go that far, which is totally, that's okay, you know, to a certain extent. And then we have the authoritative parenting style, which is like, that's the parenting style with balance. So the authoritative parenting style is basically, let's picture a home where you have, I don't even want to say a mom and a dad, but you have a parent, and your kids, they bring their friends over, and you know, the parent is just like, you know, the parent is concerned, not obsessively concerned, but the parent is concerned. The parent is aware of what's happening with their child and their friends that are in the house together. The parent comes and checks up on the kids just to make sure everything is okay. The parent is involved in, you know, the kids' lives and is concerned about who their friends are. The parent knows about their friends, is involved with the friends in a sense that, okay, I know who my child's friends are. I know who their parents are. You know, stuff like that. There's structure, there are limits, there are boundaries, there's healthy structure, limits, and boundaries. The kid is not able to do whatever they want to do, and things of that nature. So these are the three parenting styles that I've come to find, that, you know, we as parents exhibit on different levels or individually. So, but back to parenting out of guilt. Oh, it's getting hot. Back to parenting out of guilt. So, moms, dads, please, if you can avoid doing so, no matter how much you may feel like you want to give in to your child's every desire, demand, whatever the case may be, temper tantrum, whatever the case may be, if you're a parent, a single parent who maybe the mom isn't there, or maybe the dad isn't there, and you parent alone, or you have support, but your support is at the minimum, you know, and maybe the child is longing for the love and comfort from that parent, and you feel like, you know, you can't make a parent do something that they don't want to do. You have to make sure that no matter what, you constantly remind your child that you're there for them, no matter what. You can't control the other parent, but you're there for them. Constantly remind them that. And constantly remind yourself that you're doing the best that you can with the resources that you have and the support that you have. You're doing the best that you can. Okay? Constantly remind yourself that. And then make your decisions. Just because the parent is not there doesn't mean that you have to give in to your child's every beck and call and command and whine and tantrum. Don't do it. You're gonna turn your child into a monster. Don't give your child everything that he or she wants because of an absent parent. It's not even only absent parenting. It could be the fact that you're not around as much because you're so busy trying to make a house a home. You're working. And that's what I mean by making a house a home. You're working, you're providing, you're supporting your children to allow them to live in the best possible environment. I'll use myself as an example. So, and it's okay. I'm not ashamed. I have nothing to hide. I am a parent. And I have to understand. And I understand. I don't have to. I understand that there are so many parents out there that's going through what I'm going through and so much more. And that's okay. Know that you're not alone. Know that you have support and you do have help. You just have to reach out. We're here and we can help each other. We're not alone, and it's okay. Don't feel like you're alone. You don't have to parent alone. You have people that are here for you, whether you believe it or not. So I use myself as an example. At Majesty Young. So, like, we'll, before we have kids, we don't really have responsibility, we have responsibility, but it's like at the bare minimum. So I went from having really no responsibility to having responsibility, having Majesty. I can remember from the very beginning that I was there, but I wasn't always there. I always worked. I worked. I had to have money. I had to support my son. I had to support myself. I had to do what I had to do. So I had to work, And so me not being there all the time, I feel as though it kind of severed the relationship, kind of. Although I had a good support system. My mom was there. My dad, my family, my brother, my sister, they were there to an extent. But I wasn't always there, So, going forward, as Majesty began to grow, and me not being there, it caused me to make decisions out of guilt. It caused me to make decisions that weren't really that beneficial for him in the long run, and I can honestly say that I learned from those decisions that I made. I learned a lot, and if you don't take anything from this video today, take that. Parenting out of guilt won't get you far. So yeah, moving forward, I gave him, what he wanted. I didn't set a lot of boundaries and limits. I mean, I set, you only know what you know when you know it, So I didn't set a lot of boundaries. I set boundaries, but I wasn't strict in the boundaries that I set. I wasn't setting the limits that I imposed. I felt guilty a lot, so I coddled him. I guess I smothered him. I gave him a lot of love. I just wanted to make sure he felt loved by me as his mom. Despite the fact that I'm not always there, just know that I love you. But somewhere along the lines, that kind of it went from, I want to give you all the love that you need to, now you're crying and whining, so I'm going to give you what you want. Just because I feel guilty about not being there. I feel guilty about your dad not being there. I feel guilty. I just feel guilty. I'm just a guilty parent. And it sucked the life out of me. It turned into something else. It turned into something else. And, not in a good way, because I feel like I'm paying for it now. So I said that to say that do not parent out of guilt. Try not to parent out of guilt. You got to set healthy boundaries. You have to set healthy limits. You have to enforce rules. You have to let these kids know what they can and what they cannot do. You cannot let them get over on you. You can't let them get over on you, because if a kid is going to take as much string or rope as you're going to give them, and if they get enough, they're going to try to take some more. And by the time they take more, ain't going to be no more string left. Ain't going to be no more rope left. Now you got to find something else to give them. And if you can't find something else to give them, you're going to go find something else to take. You know? And so that's just how it goes. Like, that's how it goes. And these are things that you want to avoid. You want to avoid these things. Like, when you parent, you want to parent in a healthy way, you know? Children need structure. They need stability. They need rules. They need these things. This is a healthy environment. To an extent, you know, you have to have a balance. But don't give in to what your kids want. Don't give in to their cries. They're going to be fine if you tell them no. If I told my son no enough, I wouldn't be dealing with what I'm dealing with now. You know, if I told my son no enough and stuck to it. See, a lot of the times I would tell him no and then say, all right, maybe just this one time. And then it just kind of kept happening. So from my mistakes, from my learning experiences, my learning lesson, don't tell him, tell him no, but you know, you got to tell him no. You got to stick to that no. You can't say no and then say, all right, maybe just this one time. Because it's going to keep turning into one times and one times and one times and one more times and one more times. And that's something that you don't want. We don't want that. We don't want that. So, you know, just stick to your guns, stick to your rules, be strict about it, but not too strict. You don't want to be an authoritarian. You don't want the kids to rebel. But yeah, just stick to your rules. It's gonna be okay. It's okay if your kids don't like it. That's okay. They only kids. They can't tell you nothing. They have a mind of their own, but you have to create that balance. You have to think for them. You know, because kids think they know everything. They think they know everything, but they don't. Kids don't know shit. We're parents. We know everything. You know, we don't know everything, but we know enough to know that what your kid wants to do, they can't do, because you know why. You did it already. And I'm not saying that, you know, don't let them do anything. However, just keep them in line. You know, let them be individuals, because they are individuals. They're little individuals. But just keep them in line. And keep in mind that you know best. But also keep in mind that they have a life to live of their own. They have to make their own mistakes. They have to learn from the mistakes that they make. You can only be a guide. However, you still have to maintain that structure and that balance in the home. Because kids need structure and balance. They need that. So, yeah, I'm going to wrap it up. Because this video is getting kind of long. It's been 20 minutes. So, I'll probably do some chopper styling on it because it's too damn long. So, if you can help it, try not to parent out of guilt. It's okay if your kids don't have everything that they want and desire. It's nice, but you don't want to create little monsters. You don't want to create little monsters. You don't want to create kids who don't have no control, kids who got anger problems, kids who been given so much that if you tell them no, then you know it's the end of the world. And now because you feel guilty, you're gonna re-give back in to their desires, the beck and call, whatever. So that's my message. That's my message. You just gotta take it one day at a time. But just don't parent. Just don't, you know, make decisions based off of guilt, because it's gonna harm your child in the long run. We love our children. We don't want to harm them. We don't want to hurt them. And kids need structure. They need rules. They need guidance. And they need loving parents. And these are the kind of parents that, you know, this is what you need to be You know, not a great parent, but a decent parent. Like rules, structure, guidance, love. Rules, structure, guidance, and love. Rules, structure, guidance, and love. You know, all kids need structure. Structure is important. Structure. You need structure. We all need structure. Even some of us adults, we need structure. And some of us adults, we ain't have structure when we was growing up, when we was younger. So this is why we are the way we are now. We out of control. We confused. We just all over the place. You know, structure. 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 Guidance and love. Structure, guidance, and love. So, on that note, that's my message for today. I hope that you receive it well. No judgment against any parent out there. Know that we love you. Know that we're here for you. Know that we're here for you. If you need help, reach out. You have people out here that can help you. You know, you're not alone with this parenting. It's tough, but together, you know, we can be great parents. We can be good for our children. You know, children need parents. They don't need best friends. You know, they need parents. They need parents. They need parents who love them, who care for them. But we also need parents. I mean, children need parents who aren't going to give into everything that they want. Children need parents who create structure in their homes. Children need parents who create routines in their lives. Children need those kind of parents. You know, children don't need best friends as parents. That's not going to turn out good for the child. You know, so just know those things. So know that I love you. I'm here for you. We're here for you, and we got this. That's it. So whatever you get from this message, it's for you, it's yours, and it's okay. Don't be ashamed. You know, none of us are perfect, but we all have problems. Some of us don't like to share, but people like me like to share. We like to share. I like to share. I like to put the word out there, because I might say something that you want to say, but you just can't bring yourself to say it. So that's my message. I'm out. Peace.